Hey guys, what's up? It's me here, JPineapple, and welcome to the 4th video in Video Week. And today we're going to check out Anakin Skywalker, the Padawan version from Attack of the Clones, from the latest Star Wars The Black Series lineup. And I don't know why, but my camera is really messing up right now. It's being a big dirty brain. Anyway, this is what the figure looks like. It is pretty cool. So, yeah, if you guys don't know, this is sort of just Anakin in his Padawan attire. Pretty cool. So let's just check out the packaging. So obviously, you guys can see Anakin inside there. You can also see me. Hello, how you doing? I got a bit messy hair today. But anyway, that's a cool looking Anakin. Not exactly 100% accurate, just looking at it in the package, but we'll definitely take a closer look at it. There is, of course, Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. Very underrated performance, in my opinion. I think he definitely did an incredible job as Anakin. There you go. There's a safety rating, 4+, choking hazard, Hasbro. On the other side here, it's at number 110, Anakin Skywalker Padawan. On the other side, you can see Anakin. It's Anakin Skywalker Padawan. On the back of the packaging, it has a bio. It says here, let's just read it. Okay, it says here, a hero of the Clone Wars. Anakin was caring and compassionate, but also had a fear of loss that would prove to be his downfall. Well, there you go, guys. That's a pretty darn good bio right there. There's a picture of Anakin Skywalker. This is definitely one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. We're just going to crack this thing open. Will you take us away, scissors? Let's go. Whoa. Oh no. Oh, that went on the other side of the room. Okay. Rip, it's that same bull. Oh man. Okay, yeah, that's gonna be annoying. Okay, let's just get Anakin out. Let's just push him out. Okay. Put this over here. Okay, guys, so Anakin right out of the packaging. Yeah, that head sculpt. What even? I don't know about this head sculpt at all, guys. But oh, okay. The rest of the figure doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad, guys. No, I think not. If you, I mean, the head sculpt, dude. What is going on with that head sculpt, guys? Dude, what even? Oh my gosh, that is a major disappointment right there. They have this little band thing going on though, so I will give them that. Okay, it's got an interesting mold. Okay, yeah, articulation probably worked fine. Yeah, sculpt's pretty good. Okay, that's cool. Lightsaber, I'm a little bit disappointed in, but well, I'll get back to you guys when I've had a bit more of a closer look at this figure, but my first impression straight off the bat is that it's looking a bit disappointed and disappointing, and I'm looking at this thing right here. So anyway, I'll still take a closer look. I'll play around with this thing, see how I can make this figure possibly a bit less of a disappointment. Anyway, let's just take a look at it. Alright guys, so here is the figure out of the packaging, and I gotta say, this figure is a little bit underwhelming in my opinion. I was pretty excited to get my first Anakin Skywalker, but I think at the same time, this figure, I don't really know what it is, but this head sculpt in particular is just very off to me. I think at some angles it does look like Hayden Christensen, and I think at other angles it just looks bad. I really don't know what it is. It has this little ponytail thing here, but it's nice. I guess it's okay for what it is, but I don't really know how to feel about that head sculpt. The rest of the figure is kind of limiting in terms of articulation and stuff. I think the sculpt is good. So anyway, we'll get more into that in a minute. The only accessory this guy comes with is, of course, his blue lightsaber. It does, of course, come off. Be aware, it is a bit like those old styles with the lightsaber. It's pretty tight. Unlike Kit Fisto and Plo Koon, their lightsabers were really easy to pop in and out. This one is a lot tighter, which I kinda feel like I'm going to break this little tiny peg here sometimes, so be very careful of that, but it does still work, you know. And I've got to just say right off the bat, in terms of the hilt, it does look pretty good. There might be a little bit too much black on the saber, but that's just my opinion. I also didn't Anakin have a didn't he have a green lightsaber in Attack of the Clones? My memory might be misleading me here, but I believe Anakin had a green lightsaber at some point in Attack of the Clones. I would have liked to have seen that. If that is the case. If that is the case, I would have liked to have seen a green lightsaber instead of this blue one that we've already gotten 100 times. But if that's not the case, of course, this is just fine. So having a look at the figure itself, I've already gone over the head sculpt, but we'll go a bit more into it. Let's just compare this head sculpt to a bunch of other images of Anakin from Episode 2 Attack of the Clones, and yeah, I still kind of feel like this head sculpt is off. In some ways, I feel like it's off, but in some ways, in other ways, I'm looking at it here in the camera and I'm like, that looks pretty good, and then I'm looking at it in real life and I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, it's looking a lot better on camera in my opinion than it is in real life. I don't know what it is. Is it just the fact that in real life it just looks very odd? And then like on camera it looks a lot better. I don't really know what the camera's doing to make my eyes think that way, but apparently in the camera I think it looks a bit better, and then in real life it's like it's just doggy poop poop. It's not good. But I don't know. It's okay, I guess. So taking a look at the rest of the sculpt, I think the sculpt is good. In fact, I think the sculpt is fantastic. I love how they had this braid going down the side, even though it's very noticeable that it's a different piece. The hair is very unique. I love the variation of black mixed in there with the sort of like orangish type hair. It's sort of like an orangish brownish hair with a bit of like that black wash to sort of make it look really nice and natural. I really like that. I think for the most part, actually now that I look at it, I do think for the most part it's a decent head sculpt. It might just be me. I don't know what it is, but it's just very odd to me. The rest of the outfit does look pretty good. Thankfully, it's not the same sculpt we've had for the past couple other Jedi. It's a different sculpt. I like it, I guess. It looks pretty cool. It has sort of like this blackish type robe on top, and then it has like more like sort of brown robes, and then like sort of like the whitest grey robe, and then of course you have skin tone in that. I do think the skin tone is a bit off. Let's just see if this head sculpt does indeed pop off. I'll take it off camera actually to try and see if it does. No, I'm very afraid of that head sculpt not coming off and me possibly breaking the peg there. It is a hinge peg, so I'm not going to do that, guys. But do that at your own risk, I guess. Probably heat this head up before you do that. But yeah, that is definitely on a ball peg on a hinge there. There's definitely color difference between the flesh tone of the neck and the flesh tone of the face. So be aware of that. I think for the most part, though, the rest of the figure does look really nice. I like how I love the texturing that is throughout the entire robe. I think that's really nice. Look at this little tunic coming down here, and of course you got that really dope leg sculpting right here. I love it. Look at all these wrinkles, and then boom, it goes straight into these like really cool looking boots, and they have like this really nice is it like a wash or something that I'm seeing? I don't really know, but they look to be like a different color compared to up here on the legs down here. So it's nice. It's nice. I like the look of this. And then the feet, yeah, they don't look too bad. And then they have sort of treads at the bottom of the feet, and then peg holes. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Articulation wise, let's check them out. Let's move the packaging out for a little bit. The head will move up that far. It doesn't really move up very far at all. So very limited head movement moving up. Moving down is not too bad. Side to side, not too bad either. Really not much in the way of neck pivoting. It probably could have benefited from a double ball peg joint and then actually making the neck a separate sculpt. That would have probably made this one a lot better. Especially in terms of matching flesh tones. But anyway, swivel here at the arm. It does sort of goes out on an angle when you do that though. So be aware of that. Arms do hinge outwards to 90 degrees, so that's pretty good. That's pretty much all you want. That's good. I like that. And then there's a hinge at the elbow. Very limited hinge, mind you. They probably could have cut that hinge a little bit more to give you a bit more range, but oh well, that's that. There's a swivel at the elbow, so not bad there. Swivels at the hands, and then there's also a hinge, horizontal hinge on both sides. To be honest, these are a little bit gummy, a bit like Plo Koons. They're a bit gummy. So they might give you a bit of resistance in hinging them, but maybe just try and be, a bit careful with your hands. There's possibly a chance you can break them when they're gummy like that. I don't know how really to fix that, but oh well. Anyway, there's a swivel here. Wow, this is very tight around the ab area. Yeah, swivel around the abs. Pivot. Not much pivot at all, and really not much in the way of crunch. You get a little bit forward and a little bit back. That's about it. You won't get any pivoting. Very limited in terms of swiveling. You'll probably have to push it to swivel it, but you can still do it. It's just very difficult. The legs do kick forward pretty decently. They'll kick backwards that far, so it's decent. It's okay. And then legs don't really move outward that far at all. That's kind of lame. Thigh cut works fine. It does kind of look a bit weird from the side here, but straight on doesn't look too bad. Double hinge. Let's see how the double hinge works at the knee. I'm trying to use both of the hinges here, so bear with me. Boom, boom. No, that's not. Hang on. Is it? Very pushing it to kick his own ass there. Sorry, guys. Probably won't do any more than that. And then ankles will hinge backwards pretty nicely. Then they do hinge forwards a little bit, and then there's an ankle rocker pivot in there. So, decent articulation, guys. I will say there is decent articulation. Again, peg holes bottom of the feet. But, yeah, I'd say the articulation is a little bit limited in areas like the arms. There's no butterfly joints on this figure either, guys. So yeah, I kind of wish that this figure got a little bit of the treatment that the newer figures do get. I do kind of feel like this is being treated as a bit like an older figure from Black Series. I feel like this figure, they do need to give it. I do really like when they give the figures like different necks, like when they actually make the neck separate. But this is sort of in a way really cheap, and you can obviously tell the difference between the flesh color and the face color up here. So overall, I don't hate this figure. Okay, I don't hate this figure. I actually quite like it. In fact, I really like this look from episode 2. I was actually excited for this figure. So that's why I'm trying to give you guys a decent review, So right around here, I don't think there's any way to really place your lightsaber hilt on here either. So yeah, you're pretty much just stuck with Anakin holding the saber like this. So anyway, we're gonna get into some comparison time. So let's just get Anakin Skywalker all stood up, looking nice and shabby. And let's put him back, and let's start comparing Anakin to other characters. So here is the new Anakin Skywalker compared to Count Dooku and Jango Fett. Hey Hasbro, if you're listening to me, we need a new Jango Fett. This head sculpt underneath here, yeah, that's doo-doo. We need a redo. Like, yeah. Anyway, I mean, I am mostly displaying him with this head sculpt on, but you know what I mean, like, that kind of needs a redo. But anyway, he looks good, pretty good next to Dooku here and Jango Fett. And here's the new Anakin standing next to a couple bootleg clone troopers here. We got the original Phase 1, has a little bit of a black wash. Then we got this Captain or whatever. And speaking of Captain, we can probably actually bring in Captain Rex as well. For this comparison, I would love to see a Captain Rex in Phase 1 Clone Trooper armor. That would be sick. But like, this figure is still really good. I'm really happy with this one. But if we could get a Phase 1 Rex, that would just complete it. That would just be mwah! That would be perfect. But he does look pretty good next to these clones right here. He does look pretty good next to them. Speaking of Clone Wars, here is Anakin Skywalker next to his Padawan, all grown up of course, Ahsoka Tano from Rebels. And seriously, we need, also, Hasbro, if you're listening, we need a Padawan version of Ahsoka. Yeah, like, yes, I like this figure a lot, and like, they're doing a re-release of this one, but I think we really do need a Padawan Ahsoka. I feel like that's more iconic than, I guess, this look. Like, I would even like a Season 7 Ahsoka as well, but, like, I would love a Padawan Ahsoka. Like, I think I speak for everyone here when I say we want a Padawan Ahsoka, so, Hasbro, give us a Padawan Ahsoka, please! Anyway, these two look pretty good side by side with each other. And here is the new Anakin Skywalker standing next to all the other figures in this latest wave that we have reviewed. We got here Plo Koon, the Battle Droid, and Kit Fisto. Stay tuned to tomorrow, guys, because we're going to be reviewing the new Obi-Wan to finish off this entire wave. And if you guys are wondering why Anakin Skywalker doesn't have his lightsaber, this is why. I actually ended up breaking the saber. Like, it full on, like, split. So, like, this is why I hate it when Hasbro does, like, these really thin, like, stems for their lightsabers. Like, it makes it really easy to snap off. And, like, stuff like this happens because, like, the sabers are much thicker now, so it's much easier for that little stem to just snap. So I really do suggest being very careful with your lightsabers, guys. Be very careful with them. Like, even if the figure can fall over, I think these sabers can just snap like this. So be very careful with your Anakin, guys. Well, just in general, because, like, these sabers, like, I don't like how these attach. But anyway, broken saber. Oh well, I'm probably going to display him with another one, but yeah, not a big deal to me, but I just think you guys should be aware. And here is the new Anakin Skywalker standing next to some Marvel Legends. We got here the Deadpool from the Juggernaut wave on the Bucky Cat mold there, and then we got the Pizza Spider here. Really, I can't wait for the new Spider-Man. I think the new retro Spider-Man is going to be so good, but anyway, I think he's pretty small. I think Black Series in general are pretty small compared to Legends, but just in case, you know, you can still do that. And here is the new Anakin Skywalker compared to a couple Lightning Collection figures. We got MMPR Red, and then we got Zeo Gold here. And finally, here's the new Anakin standing next to some Overwatch Ultimates. We got here the 4-pack Zayra and Farah. So, boom. What do I think of this figure overall? So overall, guys, I think this figure is okay. I think he's okay. But I definitely think, especially if you have the older release from the Archive Wave, or even just the singular release from Episode 3, I do think this guy is a pass if you have any other Anakin Skywalkers. But if you just see him in the wild, I think the real issues I have with this figure is probably articulation. The head sculpt's a little bit off to me, so I don't know, there's things about this figure that kind of make me kind of a bit underwhelmed and disappointed. You know, because I was really excited for this figure. So I'm going to give this figure a 7 out of 10 because honestly, it's probably the worst figure in the wave if I'm being honest. It's just disappointing and underwhelming in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. I still like it though. I'm not gonna say it's a bad figure. It's not a bad figure by any means, guys. I think it does represent Anakin from Episode 2. It's just, I think the head sculpt's just really off to me. And I think they definitely could have done a lot better with this figure in making it something special. I really think they could have made this figure a lot more than it is, you know. There are just certain things where I think they cut a lot of corners in this figure and it really shows, and that's just very disappointing to me. So 7 out of 10 for this figure. I still think it's nice. I still like it. I'll still display it. I don't think I'm going to sell this figure, but it's like I kind of see this guy being a bit of a peg warmer because he's just a little bit underwhelming, and I do think that he may become a peg warmer in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Some people will probably just eat him up because it's Anakin, but I don't know. So that's my review, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, show your support by smashing the like button and subscribing down below. Really appreciate it. And comment below your thoughts on this figure. Were you expecting this figure to be kind of underwhelming, or do you guys think this figure is actually pretty cool and I'm just, my opinion's wrong sort of thing? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I'd appreciate it. Alright, till next time, guys. It's JPineapple signing out. Peace.